Welcome back to Game On. We hope everyone had a lovely and healthy Easter break and enjoyed the 2 long weekends.
And the Colac Tigers, we're going to kick things off with them. They had a pretty heavy loss there to Leopold. A bit of a reality check, I think Jason Allen said 76 points. Coop, tell us about that one, mate.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough day for the Tigers. Never really got into the contest. Leopold got away early, and I think their midfield were able to sort of beat us on the outside, which is what hurt. They were able to exit contests, out the front, which put the backs under a lot of pressure, but they were able to flood up and squeeze that forward line, which meant when we were coming out, we just gave our forwards no chance. I think for me, Micah Robb was the one that really impressed me. I think his confidence in his ability to take the game on is really impressive, given how young he is and making the step up from CDFNL football.
Yeah, and a few look like they could be coming back next week for the Tigers. A big list of potential ends.
But I think the axe might be thrown a little bit low. There'll be a bit of a selection squeeze. To my knowledge, I believe Seb Ross, Darcy Lang, Adam Garner, Tobin Murray, Will Parkhouse, Jerry McCormack and Brady Hall will all be available for selection. And on paper, I think those 7 guys are in our best side. Whether they'll all come in together at once will be interesting. But there'll be a bit of change, I reckon.
Colac's A-grade netball was dropped to 0-2 following a 15-goal loss to Leopold. But as we know, Dave Boyce has said that there's a bit of a work in progress with this side, and they're in the rebuilding stages of their group.
Yeah, Boyce highlighted the partnership between Em Murfitt and Mary Place as a real positive, and I think we know what we're going to get from Em Murfitt. Like, she's a star and has been for a long time, but the exciting one's Mary Place. Yeah, she's really stepped up into that role.
Yeah, definitely. Boyce highlighted as well her accuracy around goal and how important that's been through the first 2 fixtures they've had this season. The Tigers have a lot of exciting young prospects that are coming through the system. And Boyce's messaging to the team has been, Rome wasn't built in a day, we're here for the long run.
And moving to the CDFNL football, we had a belter of an Anzac Day game under lights at our Stribling Reserve. South Colac defeated Lorne by 14 points, getting themselves back on track. Brad Sergett looked for a response from his players during the week, and he got that and some. The Roos managed to just grind down the Dolphins around the contest, and they had 80 plus tackles, which is phenomenal.
Wow, And best on ground, Zach Downard was given the task of nullifying former Geelong VFL star Bailey van der Heuvel's impact on the game. South Colac defenders Todd Bodenet and Dill McCarthy, as well as Tom McKean, will be facing uphill battles to make next week's blockbuster clash against ladder leaders in Alvey.
And Lawn assistant Bryce Vincent said he was pretty happy with the team's efforts despite the loss, but he thinks South will be a real contender this year, and they looked really strong. And Alvey remained unbeaten in the senior football with a 47-point win over the Western Eagles. But Alvey co-coach Dom Dare, he was really impressed with the Eagles, and I suppose he said that last quarter kind of flattered the scoreboard a little bit, and the Eagles were within 25 points, I suppose, at 3/4 time, and they continued to fight back all day. But it's just that last quarter blew out a little bit in favour of the Swans. Yeah,
definitely. And, Dare said that the Eagles outperformed his side in the third quarter, kicking 4 goals to 3 and dominating possession in that period. Crafty half forwards like Aidan Yelland and Jesse Williamson both really enjoyed performances in the red and white.
Yeah, the Eagles have shown that they can match it with the league's best. But Dan Casey said he still wants some more consistent performances from his side.
Otway defeated the Polar Bay by 75 points on the weekend. The Demons celebrated their 125th anniversary in style with the win against the Hawks in what Coach Shane Boynton said was their most complete performance of the season.
Yeah, and the Demons, they've been crying out for a key forward for a number of years, and they might have found their answer. Former VFL footballer Lane Buckwell, he put pen to paper during the week, and he made a statement, kicking 7 goals.
And the Demons, they only exceeded 100 points once last year, and they've already done it this year, 3 weeks in, so they must be really pleased with how that attacking end's working.
Illawarra Beck put on a strong showing against what were the undefeated Simpson. They got the win by 56 points there, but there were a few grey clouds. Captain Cooper Stevens, he broke his thumb, and Benny Lavers hurt his ankle as well.
Yeah, and coach Cam Parker said that in the skipper's absence, former captain Dylan Flanagan really stood up for the Bombers on the day. And the Bombers made a key emphasis to really vary their routes to goal. in Saturday's clash, and Parker said that the variations that they used in attack, were really effective against the Tigers.
And Nick Harding, he was a star up forward for Simpson. He buried 7 goals and took his season tally to 9, and he's leading the goal kicking at the moment, so he's in really good form for Simpson. In form Birregurra football's Joel Hayward and Will Hutchison led Birregurra's charge for their win over the Imps by 44 points, which was a really impressive showing once again from the Saints.
Yeah, and Hutchison booted another 3 goals on the weekend to take his season tally now to 7, with the midfielder's ability to hit the scoreboard being a really big game changer for the Saints.
Yeah, a really interesting one is Joel Hayward. His career has taken a full U-turn. He was tossing up retirement at the end of 23, and now he's back and he's just booted 4 goals. Yeah. In other news, the Saints have been cautious with Darcy Bright. He injured his hamstring in the first quarter.
In the CDFNL netball, South Colac defeated Lawn by 2 goals on the weekend in some trying conditions as the game was played on a quite wet court, adding another element of difficulty for both sides. Yeah,
the Dolphins were down 24-16 at the half, and Potter said that the game was in the Roos' hands, but it was a complete swing after half time, and the Dolphins outscored South Colac 31-25 and just weren't quite able to get over the line.
Yep. And both sides had some fresh faces, with South Colac's Jess Dalla and Lawn's Paris Polar taking the courts for their first game.
It was a very convincing 40-goal win for the Demons over the Hawks this weekend, but Apollo Bay coach Sophie Fletcher still said there were some positives for her side.
Yeah, and Fletcher said the Bay, they're still looking for a replacement for Bonnie Kinnan-Month, with Hannah McDonald taking on the new role in wing attack.
Yeah, and on the Demons side of things, Bianca Morrow was named best player after naming 33 goals.
Illawarra Bear has continued its unbeaten season with a big win over Simpson by 17 goals.
Yeah, and Bombers coach Norelle Frith said that they were aiming to build some consistency after a bit of an interrupted start to the season with some fixtures scheduling.
Yeah, for Simpson, Ella Arndale made her A-grade debut, and coach Emily Deinhoven said it was a tough game for her to come into, but she did everything that was asked of her. Alvie defeated the Western Eagles by 8 goals, and Alvie netballer Jamie Lowe said it was a full team effort to claim back-to-back wins.
Yeah, and the Swans really applied the pressure early in the game, showing their championship pedigree. But the Eagles did have an impressive 17-10 comeback in the last quarter.
Grace O'Sullivan made her A-grade debut, stepping up from the B-grade, and Eagles official Jenny Fish said she slotted in seamlessly into that side.
The Colac Imperials defeated Birregurra by 7 goals over the weekend, and Imperials coach Chloe Gray really heaped some praise on young mid-quarter Poppy Hollins and her performance in the Cats win over the Saints.
And the Saints, they were without Beck Dendel and Louise Van Dugturn, but they called on a few Cobden players to help fill in. They had Jess McGlade, who's a former Saint, and Alicia Blaine. They did play a really strong game for the Saints. In cricket news, the captains of Albi, Jared Groves, and City United skipper Shane Curry have decided to make the move to Winchester next season. Both really close mates, lifelong friends, and they were just keen to team up and play some cricket together next year.
I think the proposition of them playing 2-day cricket was really exciting. Groves is returning to his former club where he played 64 games by the end of the 2016-17 season. But Shane Curry said he was still looking to be involved at City United, Jamie.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is someone who's been involved with the club for over a decade, and he's still going to continue to coach the under-11 team, as well as getting involved with the construction of the club's new indoor nets, which are scheduled to begin this week. In the world of football, the Rovers had forfeits in the men's green and gold grading games, which led to both teams securing a 3-0 win.
And the senior men's had an impressive first game, 8-1 win over Barwon Heads. Keith Marizzo bagged a hat-trick and Oakley Balboni with a brace, and they will take on Armstrong United this Sunday.
Yeah, the Rovers women's had a bit of a disappointing loss against Bell Park. They ended up letting in 17 goals, so I think they'll quickly turn their heads to next week with their second grading game against the Ballerine Sharks. The Colac Braves Division 2 side took on the Ballerine Bears on Anzac Day this weekend, and they came away winners 9-6.
Yeah, the Braves had a really strong start to the season, and that continued against the Bears as they got an early lead in the game with some big hitting that we've seen through their first few games. Ballerine did fight their way back into the game, but the Braves managed to hold on and remain top of the ladder.
And same as the Division 4, they had a great win against the Northwestern Titans at home, winning 22-10.
Wow.
That was the fourth highest score across any of all 4 divisions in Geelong baseball. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with all your Colac District sporting action.